Well, you mentioned a couple books. What would be some of your favorite books to read for any of the traders out there, so that way they can, get some knowledge, aside from your book as well, obviously.
I never recommend my book. I think I seldom recommend strategy books, including my own, and I have a number of friends who've written them as well. The only books that really matter to me are the ones that talk about, again, back to psychology. But from a trader's point of view, I'm not necessarily talking about psychology in terms of the trading psychology. I'm talking about books like, legendary books to me, like What I Learned Losing $1 Million. And that was written by a trader who was trading soybeans and thought he was on the other side of a trade from a very well-known trader, and all the psychological traps he went through in the process of losing money. We don't learn anything from our wins. Clearly the brain is not going to stop and ponder a great win. But when we lose, sadly, and I think a lot of traders find this out, is trauma teaches. So take advantage of the trauma. A loss is a trauma. Find out what you did, what you overlooked, where ego got involved. So I like those kinds of books. I love history books about the markets. When Genius Failed is probably one of my favorites. It's very short. It lays out the whole implosion and the arrogance around the long-term capital management implosion. And you can see pieces of that story happen in the tech bubble bursting. And you can see it in '08. You can see it most recently in Archegos. And it's going to happen again and again and again. So history books on the market, I think, are really, really good. Strategy you're going to find from a good mentor. As Ina was mentioning, find someone who's wired like you are. And I think strategy is going to be found by looking at price action and just absorbing what it means to you, and hopefully having a mentor that can help you decode it along the way. So that's really what I recommend. But if you want a technical analysis book, pick something up by Schabach, or pick something up by Wyckoff, or find writings about Dow and Dow theory, and keep it old school. Even Darvis, I love keeping it old school.
Sweet. I took some notes. I'm going to get What I Learned Losing $1 Million for sure. I'm reading right now, what is it? Panics, Bubbles, and Mania, something like that. So lots of history inside of there. So and you see everything kind of taking place in different aspects, like you said. And we'll see. There's lots of money going around, so everything seems a little bit inflated, and you're just everything feels like a mania or a bubble right now. Especially with $5 stocks from courtesy of Robinhood, right? So you can buy pieces of stocks. Everyone's getting in on that. How about you yourself, Ina? Any books that you've enjoyed along the way?
Well, I fully agree with Raghee regarding old school books because I'm not a big fan of new theories. I like proven time-tested strategies, proven time-tested approaches, because if something worked well for a few months or even a year, it's not a result, and it's just something new that will fade away very quickly. Because I am in trading 12 years, and I have saw a lot of such new approaches and new strategies. They failed completely in a year or even less. So old school is a real deal.
Yeah. Like you said, those small little blips, those are more phenomena than they are tried, tested, and true. So I completely agree with that.